it was a real desire to be had. Huh? Right? So look, the film, because you got to have film in the camera. The film represents the subconscious mind itself, people. This film contains potassium bromide and silver nitrate. Interesting if you know about these chemicals. They used to put this stuff in the baby's eyes when the babies first came out of the womb to make sure that their eyes and their vision was clear. Wink, wink. These substances are holding captive electrons that without them are holding all the possibilities for how the image takes form, literally. What photography calls the body of the picture. Huh? Now, we ain't got to get too descriptive. We ain't got to do it. We ain't got to do it. We ain't got to do it. But y'all know how the ladies be on they social media. What they be saying, Rich, I'm serving body. Huh? Yeah. Right? It protects the light that has been held captive from other light sources, so it cannot distort the image in the developing room. Now watch this. Let me show you the macro and the micro. Same thing happens in a woman's womb. When the light, i.e. the sperm, travels to find the egg cell, once that one sperm cell outside of the situation, if two enter at the same time, but traditionally speaking, once that one sperm gets into that egg cell, it shuts the door on the rest of them suckers. Huh? So what does this silver nitrate and this potassium bromide do? It protects the light that has been captured from other light sources so it can't bombard and cause interference on what already has been captured. I'm ready to produce a body. I'm ready to produce a picture.
Right.
I'm ready to produce a manifestation, people. Right? So this part of our minds keeps unwanted thoughts from reaching the surface mind, i.e. shedding light on the situation. This substance is permeable, impressionable, full of plasticity, retentive, and highly sensitive. What that sound like to you? Huh? Where was this at? Learning the futility of thought suppression, enterprise, and normal experience in an obsessive compulsion disorder. Behavioral Cognitive Psychotherapy, 2010. And last but not least, the chemical developing process. They call, y'all see the photographers, they go in that room, they call it the red room, where they got all the red lights. Shout out to all the people that signed up for the 21 journaling practice that we did last year, where I had everybody go out and buy them red light bulbs. I had everybody go out and buy them blue light bulbs. And we had that frankincense going. Oh, we was practicing. Yeah. But you got to go in that developing room, don't you? In this process, the camera person uses external objects to do what? Build up the image or bring the image out. These are called developing agents. So what do you need? Once you know what you want, that tripod is set. You didn't revisit it several times back there in that dark chamber. Within the power of the subconscious mind. You done went down through that door, down that basement, through that wall that they talked about in Ezekiel, and you done went down and you look and you see, I am healthy. Right? May the weak, what's the Joel 3:10? May the weak man say, I am strong. You done went down there and you done put all that stuff down there in that little hole in the wall called the subcon. Let me go down here and drop this off. Once you done dropped it off, now you're like, okay, now I got it there. Now, how do I build this thing up to project this thing out? How am I gonna get it out of me? Huh? You know, and you know, in relating, we say, you know, the brother gotta have some game. You gotta have some game. Get with the sisters.
And that game, yeah.
Have that game. How you gonna get it to give you what you want, man? You gotta have some game, man. You gotta know how to persuade. Huh? These aren't the sole causes for the picture coming out, though, but these chemicals make what is known as a chemical bath, further helping to bring out the light in the picture. So it acts as an aid. Just as the light hasn't been transferred over past the shutter of the camera to the film, i.e., no evidence as of yet that the light is processing, in our translation, these developing agents help magnify faith that the transfer will happen. So let me tell you what these chemical developing tools look like when we're manifesting. Everybody that had a vision board parties, everybody that got their vision boards up, those are your chemical developing or building up agents. These are the reminders, that you set in your environment to constantly call forth what's been transferred over to the film. Scripture puts it like this: write the vision upon tablets. You see? So look, this is where I'm at, man. TheImaginationGuru.com. Been doing this for a while, man. I knew to this, very true to this, man. Join the membership, join the ministry, man. We get down every month, busy in this science, busy in this wisdom. I could have shared more, man, but I ain't want to just, you know, how long it took me to get through that, Rich? About an hour?
Hey, yeah, about an hour. We good though. We doing great, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I just want to show y'all this graph on the left. You got to do more than just talk about it. This is why me and Rich, I love when he say, Jew, bring the slideshow, Rich, or Jew. Mm-hmm. The people love it. Let me tell you why. I do it on purpose because I'm trying to imprint y'all with this information. So when you walk away from here in 3 days, you're still going to be able to retain a heavy dose of what I said. Why? Because if I'm just speaking it to you, you're going to lose the retention. But the moment I put a visual and a verbal, a picture and me talking, you're going to retain it at least a 65% clip after 3 days. And if you come in here and get a part of this role playing and this coaching and some more of these case studies where it could ferment really deeply in your mind, you're really going to be cooking with gas and oil. So, man, let me get up out of here. Let me see. Let me go back. Then I'll use that.
Oh, okay.
Because I know it's already embedded in their mind that it's power there.
Right. Smart.
So I'll say, look, you know, write out your emphatic statement in red ink, because then in their mind they'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm commanding this to be so. But so what I'm saying is, it really doesn't matter unless you're associating it with something that's already anchored in the psychology of the person. You know what I mean? Or the people. Really, the most important thing is what you're writing, how you're writing it, how emphatic are you in your writing, the time that you're reading it is important. If you remember the movie The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher,
right?
If you remember that movie, he would always write down in the journal whatever scene he was going to go into next. But when he wrote those things down, it didn't matter that he wrote it in blue ink or black ink or green ink. It didn't matter that. What mattered was the timeline and the timing that they demonstrated within the movie. Every time he wrote something down in that journal, he instantly fell asleep and found himself in the world that mirrored what he wrote down on the paper. So they were making the connection between journaling and taking that last impression with you to sleep.
Indeed.
You see. And so we kind of went over that in the older video. I think Rich called it Dream Masters.
Yeah.
So I kind of went over some of that data there.
Yeah. That was a powerful one. Family, if y'all took every video Jew has done on his channel in the last 6 months and just go over each one again, listen, y'all, man, I would advise all y'all to do that, because the brother has dropped gems after gem after gem. All right. Today was no different. I mean, absolutely amazing presentation. Let's get to another question. Somebody asked a question. What would it feel like to be at gathering?
That's right. Look, let me tell y'all something. Watch this. Yeah. Anybody that feel like they gonna be in a pickle or struggle, watch this. Rich got an all-star lineup. He got all these great people coming in, all these speakers, all these great minds going to be in the same place. I want you to think about who you resonate the most with, right? Out of all these people that's going to be in the building. Envision yourself shaking their hand. Envision yourself giving them a hug. But make sure you invoke the sense of touch in your imagination. Shake a hand, hug a person, right? Do that. Do that for the next 30 days, because August is 60 days away. But do that for the next 21 days. I guarantee you're gonna be, boy, you be calling Rich, send my ticket. I'm downloading my ticket. I'm coming to shake Jewel Pookrum hand. I'm coming to meet Big Mama Universe, Sister Myra.
There you go.
Right?
Oh man.
You know.
Oh man, beautiful. Let's there was a question I wanted to ask. Where's the brother Snap at? Where's the brother Snap at? I like the question Snap asks. Where's his question at? All right. E-Snap wants to know, how can we break the thin line between denying the physical senses and focusing on the inner desire versus falling into toxic positivity and denial?
So how can we break the thin line between denying the physical senses and focusing on the inner desire versus falling into toxic positivity and denial? Well, the first thing you want to do is say, okay, look, I know this is what I want. I don't see it developing yet. Then you have to ask yourself some more questions. What does my practice look like? Right? How often am I practicing? What am I actually doing? What times am I actually doing it? Do you have a regimen? Do you have a schedule? Because you can't really hold yourself accountable or say what's not appearing in the physical world if you're not really monitoring yourself, right? So in my membership, we got a spreadsheet where we got a positivity and a negativity index, where people have to actually write these things down so that they won't be in no denial. They'll know exactly why they're not getting closer to and or having what it is that they're holding in their mind's eye, if they're being honest about what's on their spreadsheet. So you got to have cues in your environment to hold yourself accountable so that you don't feel like, oh man, well, I don't know. The physical world is demonstrating this, but I'm doing this. But you can only really know that by really going to a measurement device to see, you know. And so toxic positivity, I don't really consider that a thing, man. Like, because see, here's the thing. Watch this. You got two choices. Either you're going to succumb to whatever it is that's not working for you, or you're going to push your way through it. So you don't have really any options. Either you're going to succumb to it, or you're going to have to say, you know what, I'm going to have to keep going. And that takes positivity and optimism. So it's really cut and dry. So at some point, in order for you to get to that goal, you're going to have positivity and optimism as a fuel at some point, even when you're feeling deterred. Even when you feel like you're going off pace. Even when you feel like you're going off road. Well, what's going to put you back on road? Or are you just going to succumb and be on the side of the road with a flat tire and just say, oh, man, the physical world got me. I'm beat.
All right, let's get to that's game. Let's get to another question. Give me a second. Let me okay, somebody wants to know, Jew, is writing your own Bible similar to writing your own government constitution, i.e. a trust for your family government? Oh, you heard that laugh out you. Oh, shit.
Okay. So this is a very interesting question. So if you go back, I think it might be in the book of Jeremiah, maybe, or maybe Isaiah. They make a comment where they say that this child or this Messiah shall be born, and on his shoulders there will be government. Literally says that. Now, just recently, and also when you go through scripture, you'll see these parables about the persistent widow who had to keep going to the judge. You even have a book of Judges. What's that verse I sent to Ampu the other day, where it had like the three parts of government: executive, legislative, and judicial inside of the verse. So what you can do, you can get real clever with this thing. Like I got something called kingdom petitions, where we invoke the Constitution called Scripture. You know how they say, and I quote from section 75 of the Articles of Confederation. We actually use that as a template for prayer. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what you can do is you should go through the biblical narrative and find the promises that resonate with you of what it is that you're seeking to acquire. And then make you a personal petition, because remember, get peep game. Y'all do know the word petition. The definition for petition is actually prayer. Mm-hmm. Mm. So you might have even heard the lawyer say in the courtroom, Judge, I pray that you grant the motion.
Right.
Huh? So this thing takes on an entirely different turn when you start talking about, because see, they tell you, Christ said, look, man, I came to bring the kingdom. Well, the kingdom got to have a king. Kingdom's got to have territory. Kingdom's got to have laws. So this thing starts to get, once you start to go down in that vein, it can get real serious and thick. But in short, yes, it is very similar. Mm-hmm. Once you start writing your scripts or writing your petitions or writing your motions, using certain biblical narratives, and I went over this with Rich the other day. So, in one of the studies, they showed how if a person has a goal that is synonymous with it, let's just say an ancient text, it could be Quran, Bible, the Vedas, it don't matter what it is. If they can find a verse in there that is synonymous with the goal that they have, the research says that and shows that those people actually reach the goal faster when they tie that goal in with that actual verse. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So start to make your petitions, man.
Yeah, somebody just said he's a master. They just called you a mastermind, my brother.
I appreciate it.
He said you is a mastermind. Ain't he, y'all? The shit, man. Listen, man. Oh, man.
Man, listen, man, Rich be calling me. I just be minding my business, man. Listen, man. Look, Rich, you don't understand. See, I be out with my family. I be chilling, man. I just be chilling. So Rich called me, or it's time me to go on one of these membership calls. I don't know what it is, but some just be like you know, your purpose kick in.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
You know what I mean? Your purpose kick in, and you just be like, oh yeah. They be like, damn, I said that. Yeah, I did. You don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's just strange, man. And listen, shout out to everybody watching Black Magic 363, man. I'm gonna tell you, I called Rich. I was in the grocery store with my wife out here at Pete's doing some grocery shopping yesterday.
Right.
Random brother in the grocery store walk up to me and say, Jew.